All right, let's keep it simple. Do you remember why those boats were attacked initially? Right? Because of the powdery stuff. That was the claim, correct? Around 100 people unalived due to that. Then they started seizing oil tankers, bunch of oil, because Venezuela has a lot of oil, apparently, possibly even more than Saudi Arabia. Then we have blockades and land strikes, right? Again, Congress has not claimed official war for any of this, even though they said repeatedly this is not a war. I'm still seeing people who follow this administration say that. And I want to say that's funny to me because if it's not a war, then it's a massacre. Okay? It is an extra legal attacking of a sovereign nation, which under international law, you can't do that without just cause. For example, self defense. That is why they were claiming that war on the powdery stuff. Self defense, right? That powdery stuff is unaliving our people. That's why we can come down there and do these things. That is how they started. But as far as I have seen, there still hasn't been any proof of that. And just to be clear, Maduro, Venezuela. Venezuela has been under a dictatorship for a long time, not just under Maduro, but before. No, he might have taken his election under shady circumstances. Interestingly enough, uh, one of the winners of the popular vote is actually the woman that won the Nobel Peace Prize, the one that called Trump on the phone saying, "Hey, I dedicate this to you." Very interesting. That's how it all started, and now we are here, knowing very likely she could be taking over that seat. Hmm. But as I digress, we have attacking and unaliving people without proof, without trial. We have attacking people who are incapacitated in the water, the double tap. We have the seizing of their oil, right? Which again wasn't the original stated purpose of this at all. And now we have this. Now, I want to say something very clear to you. You look at Russia and Ukraine. Do you remember? That's a war that was started because Russia invaded Ukraine very violently for a long time, and then Ukraine had to defend itself. Israel repeatedly attacks Palestine, and they're hardly able to defend themselves. And now we have the U.S. doing this to Venezuela. What is the common denominator here? You have a stronger country attacking a weaker country. Excuse me. That's kind of the same thing when it comes to this guy, right? And imposing their will upon them. Now, if you don't believe me, here, I'm going to make myself very small so you can see this. I'm just going to read it. Interim governance. Trump has stated that the U.S. will run Venezuela on a temporary basis until a safer, proper, and judicious transition can occur. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is reportedly leading the details on this transition. We took over the country. We took it over. It's not. We didn't just take out a dictator, right? We took over the country. Peace president for sure. Okay, let's keep going. Oil interests. Trump has explicitly stated that the U.S. will be very strongly involved in Venezuela's oil industry moving forward, noting that the U.S. has the greatest oil companies in the world. The world. So I ask you a question. Is this about removing a dictator? Or is it about something else? Does this sound familiar? Maybe around the George W. Bush era. Why does this playbook still work on people? I want to stress to you guys, it's very important to understand from all that I've read, Maduro isn't a great leader for his country. He definitely needed to be removed, in my opinion. But these two reasons right here, the interim governance and the oil interests, seem to be a bit beyond that, wouldn't you say? One last thought. I heard this from somebody else. I'm gonna link them to this video because I really do agree with what he said. Yes, Maduro is a bad guy, but so is Putin, right? Why aren't we over there snatching him up? I'll tell you why. It's not just because they're buddies. It's because Russia can put up a fight. Again, stronger companies again, Freudian slip there, imposing their will on weaker countries. That's just what it is. We already don't like it when other countries do that to other countries, right? Again, see Russia, Ukraine, see Israel, Palestine, right? So why is it okay when the U.S. does it? And I know you might be thinking, oh, the U.S. has done this historically, just in more secret. But that doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make the escalation of this and making it in our faces even more right either. If anything, what that shows is that our standards as a people have lowered so much that they could do this blatantly in our faces. They know we won't put up too much of a fuss about it, right? That's what it really says. If they can do that here, right? Why stop here? Peace, president, indeed. I'll leave you with that. Happy Saturday. Starting the new year strong, guys. Starting that new year strong. Like and share if you like what I'm saying. Comment if you do or don't. Let me know what you think. And I will talk to you later.